looking at him and he not saying nothing. Hey y'all, it's Nishley and welcome to my channel. In today's video, it's gonna be a story time. This dude that I met on Instagram, his girlfriend pulled up and fought him in front of me. I seen him post the same girl, but it was like a year prior to this meeting. Me and he was following each other on Instagram for a long time without like saying nothing to each other, so just didn't really think they were together anymore, which I should have asked in the messages. But I still feel like certain questions you like to ask face to face to be on the safe side, you know what I mean? Anywho, like we texted about today, then he told me to meet him like 25-30 minutes from where I stay at, from my house, which was like on his side. So then I pull up in my car. I didn't see him at first. I'm like, hey, like where you at? And then he stayed like 2 minutes from the park he told me to meet him at. So then he was like, just come to my house. I am like his house. I drove around to his house. And then his auntie, his mama, or somebody was out there with him. And so I'm not trying to meet nobody people. Nobody people at all. I am not trying to meet his people. I don't even know your last name. After his mama, whatever, he started looking at me crazy. But he finally came to the car. But then I started picking up this feeling like he got a girl. He got a girlfriend. We get around there, there's people around there. So it's like a small park, but it's pretty busy. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, busy areas, people out here, da da. At first I was like, nah, let's just get out and like just walk. We had got out and we had walked for like 5-10 minutes, just like talking and stuff and chatting. Talking, chatting, getting to know each other. I told y'all we don't really know each other. So then that's when then I asked him, of course, like, you talking to anybody or, you know, on any of that type of time with anybody? And he told me, y'all, he told me no, like da da da. But I didn't mention to ask about the girl that he posted like almost a year ago, because first that was almost a year ago. So if he's saying no, he's saying no. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it be, like, you know, he's saying no, he said no. But I just get this feeling, like, especially the way his auntie was looking at me, I was getting this feeling like he got a friend and it's probably a girl. And I'm like, nah. So then he was like, all right, let's just go sit in my car. This is just entertainment, so I'm just so glad like nothing got farther than what it was. Like I said, we go sit in this car and we just like talking once again, finish talking, chatting, and getting to know each other. And then all of a sudden, we weren't even in the car. Not even about 7 minutes, not even quite 10 minutes yet. And I was just like, let's get back out. He was like, why? I was like, I don't know. I'm like, let's just get back out. You know, watch people play basketball. And of course, he trying to suggest like we could do that from sitting right here in his car. But eventually, like, I really don't know you like that to be sitting in your car chilling like this. So we got out, and kid you not, after we got out, like, I don't know, like 5 minutes after we got out and we walked straight up under like this. You know, in the park they have like this bench area thing with this little shelter thingy under there. We had one of them. Walked over there. He sat on top of the thing. He went and sat on top of the table of the bench. Park just started clearing out. There was probably like one person left in the park. I ain't gonna lie. I think the park literally had just cleared out. Me and him was the only two out there still. Like right after me and him got out the car, and like the white dude that was playing basketball had just left. So then that's when, like, mind y'all, the reason I suggested to get back out of the car, because not only for one, like, I didn't really know him like that, but for two, I just felt, I don't know, I guess that was the feeling I was getting, was to protect me. Because let me tell you what happened. 9 to 5 minutes later, a car pulled up in the park. A Kia pulled up in the park. Kia pulled up in the park, y'all. And like pulled, when I say pull, I mean like swing up in the park, like, and she pulled up on his passenger side. Cause alright, so it was my car like parked up, and then his car, and then she pulled up on the passenger side of the car. She pulled up, hopped out the car, opened the passenger door, the side I was sitting in, opened that door, like going off, like what the, like, you know, and then look back at her. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like looking at him, and he not saying nothing, at all. And I'm looking back at her, and she looking back, and she ran up in the park, and then she ran up and like, this is what we doing. So this is what we doing. I hit him. Started swinging on him, started hitting him. I'm like, oh shit. I ain't gonna cap. I thought she was gonna start swinging and hitting on me too. But no, she didn't. I'm telling y'all. The way she was swinging on him, you would have thought she would have started swinging on me like that too. So she started swinging and hitting him and beating him, like, you know. And then all of a sudden, you know, you could just, this time on, you could just tell like the anger wasn't even towards me at all. So you could tell like she wasn't really gonna ever hit on me. But in a situation, you just never know when a female gonna react, you know. You know, I walk out to the street. I didn't leave just yet. Like something just said wait. But it was a man that stayed across the street at the park. I know he saw this, because he was just outside the yard before he went inside. But I know before he went inside and he was in the yard, I know he heard us talking. I mean, not talking, but I know he heard them like arguing and bickering and coming carrying on. I know he did, and I know he was in the window looking at us. And a white couple just love, and they stayed across the street, and I know they heard. I know people just looking out the window because we was in a residential area. And I walked out to the street, and then I was looking back at them. Then I looked around. I walked to the street. I'm looking around. I didn't even get in my car yet. Anybody else would have like got in the car and left, but I'm just like, don't get in. He going off like all of this after he just told me like he didn't have a girlfriend or not talking to anybody. She was just like, so this is what we doing now, like going off like this is why you turned your location off. He not saying nothing. She just beat his ass. They are getting caught up like with me, but we wasn't even like on that type of time for just crazy. Mind you, I'm still standing at the road just watching. He walk out to the car. She walk up behind him, they just like somehow they made it to the car fighting. And that was like 20 feet. And they just like fighting. They get to the car, beating his ass. So she opened his door because he had like a MacBook and some stuff in the back seat, and she took it and she threw it. And when she threw it straight over the fence. Like she was just throwing his shit out the car. He was like, what the fuck, this is my stuff, you know, just going off. It was just crazy. Something just said, girl, get in your car and go. And that's what I went, and I got my car. I just heard that ah! Like he just let out a loud ass scream, and she was pulling the fuck out of his head. His head was like, Nick was like, I don't know what she was doing to him, but she had him. She threw and broke all his shit, and she fucked him up. Walking to my car, didn't turn back, and as soon as he started calling me. He was on the phone with me. Oh, I forgot a part. She was on FaceTime with one of her friends. Like, this is what the fuck he do? Like, you know, showing her friend, like, him cheating. But she didn't put me in him, like, showing her friend on FaceTime him. But she didn't show me, I don't think. But anyhow, I get in the car, and then I leave. And then 9 minutes later, I get the FaceTime call. And I ain't answer. It was him. I didn't answer. I declined it. I'm like, what the fuck are you calling me? So then I pick up the phone, like the third call. And I'm like, hello. And he like, bro, my bad, you know, like, I'm like, what you telling me sorry for? And, you know, I was like, you said you didn't have a girlfriend, you know, just talking about it. Child, all this time, him begging me, trying to, like, get another link out of me. Mind you, where the park was at, where I linked with him at, it was on the west side of town. So I was on the north side of town, convenience store. And then, guess who I see? A week later, her car, him in the passenger seat. They were still seeing each other, like he was, mind you, he was just begging me a day prior to that. Then when I had seen them, they gonna hurry up and turn off the road. And then and then when he tried to reach back out to me again, like a month after that, cause he been trying to talk to me like almost the past year. I ain't did nothing sexual with him. And I was like, I just saw you with that girl after y'all just got into it at the park. And he was like, that wasn't me. That's the story time about how he got caught up. Thank y'all for tuning in. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on all my social media. And I will see y'all in the next one. But anywho,